What's up, guys? Day or night, you will find me down here in the studio. It is, focus on that, 10:20, and I have started work, of course, on the SCX10 Dingo Builder's Kit. Now, I don't know if this was Axial's fault or something, but I was missing a couple bearings, which was no big deal seeing how I have all the bearings I need. But I was missing a couple bearings. So that didn't stop me, and I went ahead and finished the front and rear axles. As you can see, here's our front one. I gotta say, it is a little bit beefier than the older ones, and the shafts are a little bit thicker. I don't know why they call them the beefy ones, but they are thicker than the old ones. And then here we have our rear axle, of course. Good smooth gear on that. And I guess everything fell into place on it just the way it's supposed to be. And of course we have our drive shafts, which this is an interesting drive shaft. They've done what Tamiya already has done. These are the identical style drive shafts that are on the CR01. And what's really freaking hilarious is this is actually the same size as my CR01 shaft. They give it to you in 3 different sizes. They give it to you in small, they give it to you in medium, and if that don't cut it, they give it to you in large. So I like that idea. There's a lot of flexibility, and obviously with the medium shafts, you've got pretty ridiculous amount of see, it's so big I can't even fit it in the camera frame. You've got a decent amount of play, but just imagine having the longer one in here. Look how long that drive shaft is. That actually could almost be long enough to fit without getting a Punisher shaft to extend my SCXs, but actually I believe it'd have to be probably about that long. Either way, the drive shaft design is nice. I like it. The only thing that I found a little cheesy was the fact that still, as it's an option part to get the lock rings, but they do have a little plastic lock ring in here because they kind of took MIP's design right there with the shaft where you put your little, I call it a cantilever bolt. Slides in there, has the hole, and then your guide pin goes down there to lock it. Then you have a little plastic piece that covers that pin. Then the whole assembly, you use an Allen head, a large Allen head, specifically this one right here. Run the screw up through it, and at the very top there's a hole for it, and you actually use a thread locker and you tighten that one down. So I've got the shafts done, I've got the axles done, got the shocks done. Next we're going to be moving on to mounting. Oh, another thing too. These are the same style as the Wraith, so you have the full pin through design. So I guess it eliminates the need for a lock ring around it, seeing how the pin goes straight through it. But I'm going to go ahead show you something else too. I'm going to be doing 2 sets of wheels for this. These are the ripsaw wheels. They came stock that are supposed to be mounted on these wheels, glued. I took my stock 1.9 bead locks and decided to mount up the ripsaws, which look a lot better. The flat irons are alright, but I like the ripsaws design and how they slip a little bit more. They get shit flying around a little bit better. But I will be doing 1 set of these 5 bead locks with the ripsaws, but the other 4 that I have, well, I have more than that. There's, like I told you before, there's an ass load of them hanging on the wall. What I'm going to be doing with the other 4 bead lockers is I ordered And they should be here tomorrow, granted, hopefully, crossing my fingers. My RC 4-wheel drive 1.9-inch mud thrashers. Because with the fender flares on this Dingo body, that should give it the ultimate off-road scale look. Because I am staying 1.9 with this vehicle. I'm not going to go to a 2.2 like I do with every other vehicle I have. I want to keep a 1.9, and this Dingo is going to be my first 1.9 that stayed one. Every single other one. Now, the thing I don't like is now in the kit, yes, you do have aluminum, but these are just your, can't figure out yet, these are your lower links. They don't have the steel upper links this time. You have to use the plastic ones, and then they were nice enough to give you the aluminum steering bars. But once again, I think that's kind of shitty on Axial to give you four of the links for the bottom, and then just totally douche out and make you run the plastic triangulated dog bones up top. Once again, just my opinion, and pretty much you can take it the way it is. I mean, it's all in personal preference. If you like half plastic, half aluminum, that's cool. But if you're going to spend almost $300 on a kit, not a ready to run, a kit, you expect to have full aluminum links. You expect to have basically better stuff, since you're going to have to foot the bill for all the electronics. Granted, I have the Spectrum DX3C, which I can run up to 20 vehicles as long as I have 20 of these Spectrum SR300 Sport Surface receivers. I have 3 of them. This one will be going into the Dingo. But I do think it's kind of crappy that they don't give you some of the option parts right out of the gate when you buy the kit, since you're going to have to buy your own electronics, therefore making the truck a hell of a lot more expensive. Now, I do have anodized links, provided they give me a, I'm not seeing it, so it's probably not here. The triangulated link for when you buy the aftermarket upper ones, I do have the actual spacers, but it is for an AX10, so it's probably not going to work. So I'm stuck using plastic, but plastic ain't always a bad thing. Metal doesn't have near the amount of flex that plastic does. So I think metal links on the bottom is great, good rock resistant, and then plastic up top gives you the bend when you need it, and gives your chassis a little bit of a softer, more even feel to it. So that's pretty much going to wrap it up on here. My next step, I'm going to be throwing the drive shafts onto the diffs, putting my suspension pieces on, and then go ahead and mounting my uppers and lowers and all that good stuff, and then moving on to the tranny. So I hope you enjoyed my little kind of a rant. And yes, I'm using my hands a lot in the video because I'm sitting behind the tripod. Hope you guys enjoyed my rant/review so far. I'm still on the fence about it. There's a lot of things Axial could have done better. But on the bright side, I've got RC Spark stickers that came with it. And full interior stickers, so no matter what color I paint the body, my interior is still going to look pretty kick-ass. So, alright, it's been a 9-minute video. It's time to go. I'll catch you guys on the next build.